I don't even know how to feel about Xbox anymore. Every single time I think they're finally headed in the right direction, they do something that completely undoes all of the goodwill they built up. A few years ago, it felt like Xbox was becoming the most consumer-friendly gaming company. Game Pass was revolutionary, they were buying studios, they were promising more exclusives. They were talking about preserving games and giving more players options. Fast forward to today, studios are leaving, layoffs keep happening, Game Pass isn't growing like Microsoft expected, and rumors suggest that the next Xbox console won't even have a disk drive. And it does feel like Xbox is hitting the reset button. Now let's talk about everything that's happening because there's a lot of moving pieces here. If you have been paying attention over this last week and a half, you probably would have noticed that almost every Xbox headline has been negative. According to reports, Microsoft is internally going through what they're calling a big reset. It's been another round of layoffs. It sounds like Xbox is reevaluating what the future of the brand even looks like. Several studios are even reportedly separating from Xbox, while Microsoft continues reconstructing after years of acquisitions and spending billions of dollars bringing companies like Activision Blizzard into the Xbox family. But when you start to see all these studios just suddenly leave at once, it really makes you wonder, right? Does Xbox actually know what direction they're heading? Because from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like it. One of the biggest stories is that several Xbox studios are reportedly becoming independent again after Microsoft's latest restructuring. Ninja Theory is reportedly leaving Xbox, Compulsion Games is reportedly becoming independent, Double Fine is also reportedly separating from Xbox. Even Undead Labs, the developer behind State of Decay, are reportedly splitting from Xbox as well. And that's a pretty shocking list. These weren't random support studios. They were studios that Xbox proudly announced when they were building their first-party lineup. Now we're seeing reports that many of them are leaving from Microsoft entirely. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see exactly how everything plays out, but regardless, this isn't exactly the image you want after spending years telling players you've invested in first-party games. But to be honest, I personally don't think that all these studios that's leaving is necessarily a bad thing for the consumer. When all these big studios just buy up the little ones, I feel like they take away from the creativity because, big corporate people have to have their way in every little thing. They have more control. I'm hoping that since these studios are turning away, it just ends up being more creativity. State of Decay has always had a lot of potential. State of Decay 3 has been in development for years now, and fans have been waiting forever for updates. Now hearing about the studio separating from Xbox raises even more questions. What happens to the game? Does development continue normally? Does this cause delays? At this point, it simply just raises more questions than answers. Another report recently claimed that Xbox Game Pass isn't making as much money as Microsoft would have hoped. It's not growing at a pace that they want. Now, this makes sense when you really think about it. When Game Pass first launched, it felt incredible. Day one releases, hundreds of games, a very affordable monthly subscription. It almost felt too good to be true, But over the years, the prices increased, different subscription tiers were added, certain benefits changed, and it slowly became less exciting. Is it still a good deal? Depends who you ask. But is it really still the incredible value proposition that made everyone talk about it years ago? Personally, I don't think so. I think Microsoft chipped away at what made Game Pass so special. Then we have what might be the biggest headline of them all. Reports claim Microsoft's next Xbox console, currently known as Project Helix, won't include a disk drive. Instead, Microsoft is reportedly exploring ways to digitalize physical games. Now, before anyone starts panicking a lot, this isn't 100% confirmed yet, it's just a report. But considering everything that's happening in the gaming industry, it's honestly extremely believable. We've already seen Sony publish digital consoles, physical game sales continue to decline, publishers make more money from digital purchases. So unfortunately, this doesn't come completely out of nowhere. But I still really hate this direction. I love owning physical games, I display them, I like collecting them, I like knowing that I actually own what I paid for, which I know it's some debate about that, but that's a different discussion. Just moving towards digital just feels like another step away from consumer ownership. So I'm constantly up and down with Xbox. Every single time I feel like they're making a great decision, they instantly follow it up with something that makes me question everything. Game Pass? I genuinely thought it was one of the best ideas Xbox has come up with in a while. It changed gaming. But then the prices went up, the subscription became more complicated. It just doesn't feel nearly as exciting anymore. Now we're hearing about layoffs, studios leaving, potentially no disk drive. And it seems like Xbox is putting all their chips in Call of Duty. And I understand why, I guess. Call of Duty prints money, millions of people still love it, but Xbox cannot build its entire identity around one franchise. They own so many incredible IPs. They have talented studios. But where's the innovation? Where are the risks? Where are the games that make people buy an Xbox because they simply have to experience them? That's just what I'm missing. Ironically, one of my favorite gaming devices right now though is my Xbox ROG Ally X. I genuinely love using that thing. It's an awesome handheld, but even then, Microsoft didn't actually build it for real. They partnered with Asus. It almost feels like Xbox just put their branding on an already great device. And I mean, that's not necessarily like a bad thing, but it doesn't exactly scream innovation from Xbox themselves. It leaves me wondering, what is Xbox actually creating these days? And this is probably my biggest takeaway. I miss when these companies competed with each other. When PlayStation would do something amazing, Xbox would answer with something even bigger, then Nintendo would come out of nowhere and do something completely different. This competition pushed gaming forward. Now it feels like everyone is chasing subscriptions, digital ecosystems, recurring revenue, and live service games. Innovation feels like it's taking a back seat, and I don't know, maybe that's just nostalgia talking. But I really don't think I'm alone in feeling that way. I don't hate Xbox. I actually want Xbox to succeed because that's good for gaming in general. But right now, it just seems like they're losing their identity. When your biggest headlines are layoffs, studios leaving, subscription growth slowing, and rumors of eliminating physical media, people are naturally gonna start questioning the future. Hopefully this really is just a reset and not the beginning of a much bigger problem. But what do you guys think? Do you think Xbox is making the right moves? Or do you think they've lost their way? And if you like gaming content and gaming news, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Pause for now, play forever. AK out.